Good morning, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosie and today we are in Galle Fort. Well, in English you say Galle and in Sri Lankan you say Galle, something like that. But I thought I would give you a little bit of information before we start the tour. So Galle Fort was built in 1588 by the Portuguese and then extensively fortified by the Dutch during the 17th century from 1649 onwards. It's a historical, archaeological and architectural heritage monument which even after more than 432 years maintains a polished appearance due to extensive reconstruction work done by the Archaeological Department of Sri Lanka. And it is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So yeah, that's a little bit of quick information before we have a look around. I did have a look at the map at the beginning. I filmed that, but there was somebody doing lawn mowing just behind, so I couldn't really talk to you. And then I've also just gone to one of the bakeries and got a chocolate eclair for breakfast, which was delicious. It cost 130, which I can't figure out how much that is, but it's cheap, like 50p, something like that, probably even less. But we're now going to go for a bit of a wander around. So I think this might be a cricket team about to do a warm-up. I'll zoom in a little bit. But what a place to practice cricket, or like to be in general, with like the palm trees and the clock behind. We are now walking down Rampart Street. In case you ever come here, you want to kind of do the same as us. I think you can walk along the walls there, which could be fun. Let's go look over there, Jeremy. Okay, so as I said, there is a map at the beginning when you come into the fort. So I think if you wanted to be meticulous about like seeing every single thing or making sure you see the important things, you could just take a photograph and make sure you go and do that. But I think actually I'm just going to explore a little bit today, maybe come back tomorrow, because the thing is with Sri Lanka, it's so hot that you can't really explore like all day. We do like an hour or two in the morning, an hour or two in the afternoon. Oh wow, and that's kind of enough because it is so hot. So maybe I'll come back this afternoon and maybe tomorrow to kind of see a little bit more, but I'm not planning on seeing everything today because I think it's just too big. So I've just climbed up a little bit of the fort. There's a beautiful, beautiful beach there. Nice clear water and rocks and things. Okay, so we're walking along the fort walls and it's so pretty with the like bright blue water and the rocks and also the greenery and the architecture of like the old fort walls. It's so cool. So there's the fort and there's a beach here as well, and the water is so clear. It's so gorgeous. So definitely have to go to a beach that we can swim at so we can enjoy that at some point. Some more views of the water here. It is absolute perfection. That colour blue. And then there's the rocks here. And then more of the fort round there. Okay, there's some cannons here, which obviously must have been used once upon a time. But it's currently 9:45 and it is so hot. I also forgot to put sun cream on my face today, so I'm going to be burning, so not ideal. So I think what we're going to do is maybe walk in town a little bit and try and hide in the shade, and then probably head back soonish. I think what we need to start doing is getting up earlier so we can come out earlier and avoid some of the heat. I also think buying an umbrella would be good because a lot of people do that to hide from the sun. Obviously put sun cream on and then we'll come out in the afternoon as well when it's less strong, but it's honestly it's so hot. So this might be a vlog over a couple of days where I explore the fort a couple of different times because it is big and also you can't really stay out for super long time. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna go and hide in the streets a little bit now in the shade, like the shadows of the buildings. So the other interesting thing is because of the history of this place, how like the Portuguese built it and then the Sri Lankans have helped like, you know, build it, and the Dutch as well. It's had a lot of different history. So that means there's lots of different religions here. So there's Buddhist temples, but there's also churches. So I've just come across one. I thought I would show you that. So this is a Buddhist temple. There's elephants all around the outside. There's Jeremy. And there's also two here. And there's a bit of information. So if you want to pause the video now, you can read that. And then on the inside here, we've got a Buddha statue. And there's actually lots of Buddhas around the outside there. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see them. And then there's also a Buddhist temple there on the corner. So there's two that are quite close to each other. But then there's also churches and things as well. So I'll try and find a church to show you, just to sort of, not prove a point, but just to kind of show you, I guess. So I've just walked up that street and we're now going to walk down this one, and I wanted to show you because even though it's quite a big area, it is quite small in some sense as well. There's like small little alleyways and hotels and things like that, and cafes and restaurants, and even though there's bigger streets that are a bit more touristy, there is also streets like this that are a little bit more sort of hidden away, I guess, a bit more calm, and yeah, it's cute. Okay, I've resorted to putting my M&S bag on my head to not burn my forehead. Yes, I'm actually walking around like this. No, I'm not a lunatic. But there's loads of nice hotels here, like really boutique-y kind of cute, like what am I trying to say? Furniture and paintings and things like that. I've just put my hat on again, like a pure lunatic. So, what do you think? Is this a good look? Would you rather have this or a woman with a burnt forehead? Burnt forehead, right? Okay, here's a church I can show you. Very, very beautiful. Okay, so I came inside for a quick look. Beautiful old church. Okay, in case you ever want to come here, this is the All Saints Church. I'm trying to talk in between tuk-tuks and motorbikes because it gets very noisy. But that is the All Saints Church in Galle or Galle. Okay, so here's another church. This is the Dutch Reformed Church, Galle or Galle. And we're currently walking along here. And I thought I would show you the little bit of view there of the water and the palm trees and things. Jeremy's just spotted a bird in the tree. I don't have my camera to be able to get a good picture, but hopefully you can see it. It's got a blue tail and it's like a browny red colour. If you know what that is, please let me know in the comment section. I love learning from you all. Okay, that's zoomed in all the way, so the quality is awful, but at least you can see it a bit closer. So we're just walking past the cricket club and they're playing, and it is so bastard hot. I don't know how they're running, and I mean, oh, off they go. Zoom in a bit. Good morning, it is the very next day. I didn't end up vlogging it yesterday because we stayed actually in the apartment working until about 5. We then went to get some food because it was raining. We also got an umbrella each because it was raining, and also because people use them for sun, like to protect them from the sun during the day. So we thought, you know what, if we're going to be staying here for a month and then going to India for 3 months, an umbrella might be a good idea. So we bought umbrellas each, and then we tried to watch a film, internet wasn't good enough. But anyway, nothing exciting happened yesterday or last night apart from buying umbrellas basically. But it's currently 8 AM. We got up about 7:30. We're getting up earlier and earlier here because, like I said yesterday, it gets so hot by like 10 that you don't want to be outside. And so yesterday, actually, we spoke to the Airbnb host. He came over to talk to us about, he came to get the rubbish, that was it. And then we asked him about markets to get fish and things like that. So we said, okay, tomorrow morning, 8 AM, we'll go to the fish market together and get some fish for us. So I think we're going to maybe get some tuna because we don't often cook fish. We don't really know how to cook fish. But tuna we know is easy, just kind of sear it either side and you can eat it raw anyway. So hoping to get some tuna. So I thought I would take you along with us. I don't know how much I'll vlog like talking because we're going to be with the host. So I'm going to want to talk to him a little bit. But it should be fun to see the market and actually buy some food as well. And also I think we're going to go to the green market afterwards and buy some vegetables. But also it would be nice because he's obviously going to get the local price. So then if we ever go back, we'll be like, well, actually, last time we paid this much. Because it's always funny when you're travelling, you always think that you're going to get like a tourist price rather than the local price. So it'll be nice to go with a local to see how much it costs. And then from there on, we'll be able to be like, hi, it's us again. Like, I'm sure they'll recognise us and won't really be able to charge double or anything. So not that they would, I don't know. You never really know. So yeah, looking forward to that. So I just thought I would say hi and good morning. I look a little bit dead. We actually went to sleep really early last night at like 10:30, something like that. So waking up at 7:30 feels fine. Like I've had a good 9 hours. So I actually feel refreshed. I just look half asleep because it's the morning. But yeah, excited to go out and explore and buy some fish. Okay, so he's just driven us to the fish market and then he's dropped us off and he's going to go and park. But it smells of fish and there's lots of people here. It's bigger than the one that we went to yesterday. I'm going to show you a little bit while he parks, because then again I'm not sure how much I'll vlog when he's back again. But this is the fish market. So there's people, you can see the fishing boats behind actually, and you can see them trapping up the fish for the people, for the clients, and then it goes all the way down there. So it's quite big, there's quite a lot of fish available, so it'd be interesting to see what we come away with. So apparently this one is his usual spot. And there's a huge tuna. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's so big. Okay, so we're shopping our tuna now.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
That's big, Dada.
So he's going to chop it into smaller pieces for us, but that is such a huge chunk. Sorry. Wow. He's now chopping another fish. Okay, so we dropped off the fish at the Airbnb, and our host has now driven us to the Japanese Peace Pagoda. So we've come to have a look here. Okay, so we're at the Peace Pagoda. I was given a piece of material to cover my knees, but here there's panoramic views over the place where we're staying basically. So this is the view. It's incredible. And we're at this big pagoda. It's huge, and you can actually see this from the beach. I might have showed you it already from the beach. So apparently this part of the world here is like a ship highway, and 300 ships pass by here every single day. And we can see some in the distance over there. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see them. So he just told us that Sri Lanka is built on a rock where it's very delicate, I guess, and there's no big port here because they did lots of research, and if they were to dig up and make more space for big ships, like big cruise ships and things like that, the risk would be that the city would collapse because of the rock. So they've stopped, well, they've not done it basically, and he said they used to get a lot of yachts here, but not so much these days. These views are insane though, just the water and the palm trees, so gorgeous. So we're now having a look in a meditation room. So he's brought us to an old people's home basically, because he donates here. So we're going to have a little bit of a walk around, but this is not a bad place to retire. There's this large Buddha, like looking out over the ocean. I mean, that in itself is beautiful. Wow. And then Jeremy's gone down here. So, you know how yesterday we saw the fishermen pulling in the net? Well, Jeremy's just spotted the boat putting out the net all the way out there. So they put the net down. Obviously some of it must be heavy, so it sinks down to the bottom, and then they keep the bits on top that are floating. And then basically pull the net in and pull anything that's in the net.
You think they pull this one?
Do you not think?
Yeah, it's either that one or boat.
I mean, I think so, because... And that goes all the way back to the beach there, just behind those palm trees. And then there's the Buddha there that I just showed you. And there's these people all in a line. And then it even goes down the hill here. And then to a boat. So I'm sure that signifies something, but I'm not entirely sure what.